I wanted to make a video on, or share my opinion on the Leprechaun origins. I know I've done that before, but I still wanted to express, well, how I feel about the franchise. So pretty much this is going to be a franchise review, I guess. Leprechaun and the franchise, I wouldn't say it's horror, but I would say it definitely should be on the list because of the blood, and sometimes maybe the effects could grossing people out or actually scare people, like when I think he bit off someone's finger in one of the movies, or pulled something and pulled it off. I remember he got stabbed in the eye. So some of those effects will gross people out. So yeah, I would say Leprechaun is horror, is in the horror genre. And I kind of figured that it would be remade someday because it wasn't really scary, and I was thinking, like, you know what? If it gets remade, I wouldn't be really angry as long as they try to make it scary. Because the Leprechaun origin seemed like it was just a guilty pleasure to watch in the horror movies. Like, you love it, but you do realize it's not scary. I think when I was like a little kid and I seen the cover for it, I'd be like creeped out at the first movie, but in the sequels, I was just like, no, not really scary. No. So, yeah, the Leprechaun movies weren't really scary to begin with, and when Leprechaun Origins came out, I was like, okay, maybe they'll make it scary. Cool, cool. So probably doing an origin story. I don't really think that's necessary. But then again, I kind of think it would have been a good idea. Maybe like this was what was running in my head during the time. Maybe in Leprechaun Origins they would have like all these leprechauns around. They're all good, and yet there's this black sheep, and it's that leprechaun, and he starts killing them all, or killing some of them, and they banish him, and he just goes on a killing spree with whoever has his gold. Now that sounds like a good idea to me. Maybe they would update his look to make him look more like the same, but more darker and less colorful, or maybe more colorful, but have his face be all like, maybe he had a normal face when he was part of the with the other leprechauns, but then since they cashed him out, maybe they cursed him or something where he, I don't know, something interesting like that to make the movie, actually be an origin story. Except what we got was not an origin story. It wasn't even a leprechaun movie, and the leprechaun didn't look like a leprechaun. So I have to say this: if you want to watch the Leprechaun Origins, go ahead. If you liked that movie, I don't know how you would, but if you liked it, good for you. You found something you liked about it. But I did not enjoy that movie whatsoever, and I will not give it another watch. No. Heck, they even had him where he had leprechaun vision. When did Leprechaun become Superman? Especially with what he sees is like gold. Why? When was it mentioned in the Leprechaun movies that he had leprechaun vision? So that always bothered me, was that he had leprechaun vision. He didn't look like a leprechaun, and the characters were dumb and unrelatable. Especially since they kept going back to the cabin. So yeah, I would not give that movie another watch. I thought what they did with it was dumb. No stars. It would get no stars from me. None. Not even a credit. I won't even give it credit for trying. I mean, if it was its own thing, take Leprechaun out because that creature was nothing like a leprechaun, I'd probably give them credit. It would still have 0 stars, but it would have at least a little bit of credit. But no. Again, if you actually found a way, well, found a reason for you to like this film, or at least find it enjoyable, good for you. But I did not. I love the later movies of the Leprechaun movies more than that. And they kind of went really, like, campy. They were really campy in the later movies. Heck, they had the Leprechaun rap. You're supposed to fear this guy, yet he raps. I dug it. Yet the one in the Origins doesn't even talk. He doesn't even look like a leprechaun. Again, if you found a reason to like this movie, well, to love, just like, I don't think anyone would really love it. If you love it, then I want to know what you were on when you were watching that film. Or if you, maybe you've never seen the Leprechaun movies, maybe that's one, maybe that's why you would like it. If you haven't seen the Leprechaun movies, go watch them. I wouldn't say they're bad, I wouldn't say they're good, well, great. I would say they're decent for a movie. I would say it's like, Ginger Dead Man, which is going to be my next review after this video. I'm going to talk about that movie franchise. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, and if you want to form your own opinion, go ahead, go right ahead. But for me, I'm definitely not going to watch the movie again. Maybe even ever. I got the Leprechaun collection, and that movie came with it. If you guys seen the video, well, probably I think it was in the bonus features. I seen it on YouTube. If you guys seen where the guy who plays the Leprechaun, I think his name's Hornswoggle, whatever, he said that he never seen the originals. Obviously, we could get that from watching the movie. Yeah, he thinks his version was better. His version was not better. It wasn't even close to being better. He will never, ever be as good as Warwick Davis. Well, that's my opinion on the Leprechaun movie franchise and the remake slash origin story, if you can even call it an origin. If you guys like this video, click that like button. If you agree or disagree, leave a comment below, tell me your opinions of the Leprechaun movies. Share this video around, subscribe if you haven't. I'm at 43, let's see if I can get to 50. Because I don't think I'll be able to get to 1,000 with the whole YouTube thing going around. So yeah. See you all next time.